Okay, so welcome to another video. This is Tyler Perry's Sistas season 5, episode 9 review. Okay, so this man Jonah ain't dog, can't see it. He ain't gone, y'all. Jonah is not gone. How y'all feel about that? And I forgot last week to mention that Jonah had spit on Danny and everything. She was talking about it with Andy. And so listen, for Tima to go to, if y'all was watching my other reviews and stuff on my other channel, yeah, I know at first I was skeptical about Fatima. I was like, I said, why she so willing to go the extra mile for these folks she don't know like that? But now she has become one of my favorite characters or whatever. But yeah, so they in the office and everything. Fatima come in, and then Andy's like she want Fatima to stay, so Fatima ends up staying. Danny says again because the dude had hit her and everything. So she tells that she went outside and she ran him over and over again. And Fatima was like, it sounded like self defense to me. It sounded like I didn't get y'all see I didn't get it's blurry. Hold on. It's not showing. But I had to go live because for some reason my other phone that I usually upload on deleted my files. So I was like, might as well just go live then. But yeah, Fatima told Danny and Andy that it sounded like self defense to her, and then Andy was like, no, once she left out the house, once Jonah left out the house, it's no longer considered self defense. If it had happened in her place, then yeah. So they get to talking and everything. Fatima asks Danny if she gonna tell him, and Danny was like, yeah, she gonna tell him. So Fatima gets on the phone, but she probably got on the phone with her people. She came back in. She told that there first she looked it up and she seen that it wasn't hadn't been any deaths or whatever, and then or accidents reported. So then she goes out and calls and finds out that he's in the hospital and apparently has broken ribs and everything, and it's supposedly supposed to be because of a motorcycle accident. And I said this, and then they was like, he must got a record or something because he didn't want to tell the truth, and he said that, and the police haven't been notified. So Fatima does what she does. She finds out, and she goes in there and she pulls out all his files, and she finds out that he has a history of abusing women. He has a long history of abusing multiple women or whatever. So Fatima was like, just say the word and she is handled and everything. Then it was like, yeah, and then Annie was like, no, no. And then she was telling Fatima, you work for me and all this stuff. And then it was like, I like her and everything. And I was like, see, I knew they would like each other anyway, because they both act alike. I feel like Fatima act, I don't want to say worse than Danny. What y'all think? Y'all think Fatima and Danny act alike? But what else happened in regards to Danny? They started talking or whatever. Andy and Danny started talking after Fatima leaves out. Um, and Andy calls Danny out about Preston and tells her, she can't lose her friend over something as silly as hot girl summer. And I was like, right. And she was like, she know this about Preston. So Danny brings up Gary. I said, I knew that was coming. And at the same time, they was like, Andy was like, yeah, I knew you was going to go there. And she was like, you walk right into it. I was like, right. And Andy tells her, don't be like her. And I was like, she got a point now. Then this the part that kind of confused me a little bit, y'all. And Andy and Danny started talking, and what did she say? How did she put it? She was Danny was questioning her about Gary. She was like, she was bringing up he tried to sue her and everything. And then she was like, she can't have her clients find out that she's being sued and everything. And Danny brought up trying to play Gary and stuff. And I was, remember what Hayden told him? Hayden told him that Andy was trying to play him. I ain't believe it at first. And then she was like, so sleeping with him is, a part of it. And she was like, no, that was for her. And I was like, ooh, so Hayden was right. I was like, at first I thought that Andy was just being Andy foolish over this man. But I was like, comment down below. Do y'all think Andy is actually trying to play Gary, or did she just tell Danny that? Did she just tell Danny that or whatever? And I was like, I was like, he ain't gonna go for this. You know who you dealing with? I said, he is not gonna go for this. And he gonna be like Hayden told him. Because Hayden did tell him. He was like, she using you, she playing you, and all this stuff. I said, I bet he know. But what else? She started trying to talk to her about Gary again and everything. But that's when they happened, when they was talking about playing Gary. And I was like, man. But yeah, Fatima be ready, y'all. She be so ready to go to war. And listen, I was like I said, I was like, at first I was skeptical about her. I was like, what's she up to or whatever. I wonder if this was always the plan for Fatima's character, or did they write that in? Did Tyler Perry write that in, or was this always the plan? I don't know. Cause sometimes the writer, well, they do say he filmed in a few days, so maybe he didn't write that in. But while we speaking of Fatima, so Deja outside, Zach pulls up and he got groceries and everything. So Deja offers to help, and then she was like allegedly trying to warn him. Now I said, you ain't that scared to still be in this man's face. You up here talking about Madame was dangerous, her boyfriend, her man, or whoever she said, end up in a ditch and just study telling him stuff about Madame. Her cousin is dangerous and all this stuff. But you still in his face. Then like, I don't want you ain't gotta worry about me. Now you fine and all, and I wanna do this and that to you, but you ain't gotta worry about me. And I said, but you still in his face though. You still in his face to the point that Zach gotta say, there go Madame. What you said she look like? And then she started describing. Like, there she go, there she go. She started running. I said, yeah, they still Madame gonna have to show her, or either Fatima gonna have to show her because she ain't learned her lesson. Because first of all, you wouldn't be in his face if you that scared. And then you was try to find a way out the least. Well, I guess you can't. Well, you can find a way out. I think that's what they say. But you ain't that scared to still be in his main face. If you that's then study talking about what you would do, so he had to be the one to say something. I'm like, you better, cause they don't play that, and you gonna get got fooling with this lady. But what else did they show? They didn't show Zach and Fatima together. What else? We're gonna speak on Karen in a minute, but it was some what was on the preview for the next episode that I was gonna speak on. I know they were still showing Sabrina now. We're gonna get to her in a minute. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, we gotta go back because I should have finished with the Danny. So Danny finally gets to work, and that's where she finds out that Jonah's still alive. I was about to skip all of that. She gets to work, and she looks up, and he was just looking at her. He just looking at her. I said, yeah, she gonna have to watch her back. He looking at her so much to the point that Q steps up, Quentin, because she don't know him as Q yet. But once she do, that's when they gonna piece everything together. Did he tell her to, she's I know I don't know if that was her boss or just the manager. Well, either way it go, I guess that's the boss. When he was like, "This is Quentin" and everything. Did he say ever introduce himself as Q? I gotta go back and look to her. If not, if he did or if he didn't, once that name comes up, she gonna put two and two together. But Jonah up there staring at Danny like he crazy and there, just standing there with his crush. I said, "How you get out of?" I about to say jail, but how you get out the hospital that fast? I said, "Come on, nigga. If he got broken ribs, especially." I was like, you ain't gonna be up and walking, I don't think, do you? I don't know. Maybe he just used to getting beat up or something because he used to abusing women, apparently. But yeah, he's just sitting right there. But he was like, Q notices it. Quentin notices it. And he's like, why dude staring at you like, I don't like that. So he goes over there to confront him. I said, look, we ain't forget what you did to Sabrina and Maurice. Don't try to get on our good side. What you think this is? But he goes to confront him. He's like, you got a flight? He was like, nah, he ain't got no flight, but his son coming and everything. So Danny looks it up and everything. He was trying to get fired. He trying to get fired so he get unemployment, ain't he? But he was like, he can't. He. Danny looks it up and she sees that it is a small child that's coming by themselves and everything. And Q was like, dog or whatever. He was looking to get fired. So Danny was like, why you just won't quit? And then he was like, he's supposed to have that job for a long time and everything. So is that why he was trying to play hard or whatever? Well, he do be acting tough or whatever, but I was I said we didn't forget what you did. We didn't forget what you did to Sabrina and Marie. But did y'all see the spoiler that says that Maurice and Sabrina gonna be beefing? Not beefing, but I'm gonna use that word beefing or whatever about what happened. They trying to get them to turn against each other. That's their tactic they be using to try to get you to fold on the other one. But how you gonna use it when neither one of them a part of it? I could understand why they would think Maurice was a part of it because you did live with you. But at the same time, don't y'all got tapes and see or whatever? Why would y'all? Why they be so trusting? I keep seeing it. Why they be so trusting of somebody who committed the crime? Tell me it was their idea. How y'all leaning on this man? Regardless, he shouldn't have got no deal or nothing. They don't care. They don't be caring. But you getting, I said, how old? It had cut off a little bit. And stuff. I said, man, they all gonna have to be together to get cute. But they got so much going on all ends that they can't focus on one storyline right now. But what else happened with Danny? He just was still staring at her and everything. I was like, yeah, she gonna have to watch him. She gonna have to watch him. But Danny finally calls Preston or whatever and says to meet up outside of her place and everything. So he agrees and everything. I was like, listen, Preston be on go about her. I said, I wish she stopped playing with his feelings. We ain't been seeing Preston like that. I said, it's time to come on now. We in season 5. It's time. If y'all ain't gonna put them together, separate. It's time to separate. You know how to. So I hope she don't get to talking crazy and blaming everything on him again, like she been doing the whole freaking show. But now we gonna speak on Karen. Let me see. First, let's talk about the fact that she finally tells him that she knows that he the one who that his doctor is the one, his doctor friend is the one that violate her rights. I mean, told that she was in the hospital, which is violating her rights. That's why I said that, cause that's a violation. That's a violation. But she was like, she not gonna say nothing. I said, man, no, cause if you don't, every time you go to a doctor appointment, she gonna be snitching. Should have held her accountable, but no. What y'all think? Cause that means that ain't the first time. Usually that means that ain't the first time that they've done that. But let's see. I'm interested to know who the baby daddy is now. Let me see. Karen. I'm missing something. I know we finna talk about Karen. Yeah, Karen finally tells Aaron she knows about that. And then she started dropping hints about going through his phone. Karen started dropping hints about going through Aaron's phone, and he answered to her, and then he had to go to the store to get some pasta and everything. So she going through it, and she tells Andy she don't see nothing. I was like, dog, I was interested to see if he was hiding something too. So I don't know if she didn't find nothing. I don't know, y'all, but it's a little too late to be trying to expose Aaron. Don't y'all think? It's season 5. And ooh, something I forgot. When Andy was talking to Danny, she was like, I know your whole childhood. What did she say? Did she say she had been abused or she had been mistreated or something she said? I was like, ooh, see, this is why they should have started giving background in season 1. Like, is that why she blacked out? Because she kept saying how she blacked out and everything because of him hitting and spitting on her and stuff. And then Andy said that, and I was like, okay, so does she got a history of being abused? Like, we don't know. We know Andy went through some because Sabrina and them was talking about, what they did to her boyfriend in college because of what he did to her. So I'm like, listen, I don't know. That's why they should have gave background information. But yeah, Karen goes to the phone and she don't see nothing or whatever, and she's talking to Andy. Andy still ain't told the girl, the woman, that Sabrina in jail. And now Karen kind of figuring out something wrong because she was like, she been calling Sabrina and she ain't been answering and everything. And Andy kind of giving it away. And she was like, oh, I'm going to try to call her. No, so you going to have to tell her eventually anyway. I know y'all don't want to stress her, but she's stressing herself anyway. So you might as well tell her that her friend, one of her best friends, is in jail. But remember how Karen had lied, like Zach had called her when she was telling Fatima she pregnant and everything, but Fatima said she had Zach's phone so she knows Karen was telling the story. And Karen was saying that that's not how Zach was with her about the letting her see the phone and getting the passcode. I said maybe she'll take that into consideration now that she see that Aaron willingly gave it to her, unless he got another phone. I don't know, y'all. Y'all know there's two things. Fatima, I was about Fatima and I was skeptical about Aaron, but so far, neither one of them. So far, Fatima, legit, she a rider. She be riding for everybody that's her friend or connected to her friend. But Aaron, we still ain't seen him do nothing wrong except continuously try with Karen when she ain't been worthy. She ain't been worthy, but But yeah, I was like, maybe she'll take that into consideration because she kept saying Zach didn't act that way with her, and even Andy pointed that out. But the episode, no, it don't end with that. Did it end with that? What did it? How did it end? I forgot. But Heather goes to see Hayden of all people. So Fatima and Andy are walking out, about to get ready to go home. Fatima sees had to sit there. She was like, she here to see her lawyer. And then um Hayden comes and like, oh, my office down the hall. She couldn't even find it. But then Fatima started questioning Hayden and everything. And he's like, she needed a lawyer and I don't need, because Fatima was like, you ain't a family lawyer and all this stuff. And he was like, I wasn't interested at first, but then she told me the name of the father, and I was like, yeah. I said, this man is obsessed. I said, this obsession is crazy. And the fact that season 6, they showed him in season 6, it was like a photo. I don't know if that was fake or what, a photo of all the men together and everything, and Hayden's with him. And I said, Hayden gonna be in season 6 too, so we ain't gonna never get rid of this man. I was like, we ain't gonna never get rid of him. But the man is so obsessed with Zach. I feel like he obsessed with Zach because he lost for team. I think he told Gary in a way. I said, how you gonna be upset with this man because you couldn't get Fatima? But yeah, he taking it too far. And I said, they gonna have to get him like they gonna have to get Q. The way they gonna have to get Hayden is, I'm sure he got a history, just like they pulled up that file. Why? You know what? Y'all know how Fatima pulled up the files on Jonah. Why she can't pull up? Probably because he a lawyer. Put a little information about Hayden because from planting the drugs in Zach truck, if y'all remember, I forgot what season that was. I don't know if it was season 2 or 1, probably season 2. But he had do plant them drugs, and Fatima was like, my neighbor has cameras. I was like, expose him, cause at this point the man going too far. But then what else? Let me see. It Danny and Andy, so they go to finally see Sabrina, and this young dude trying to stick it to Andy by sticking it to Sabrina. Cause you don't even remember me. He let it know at the gate that he had some, what they call it, I don't say bad intentions, but that's not what the word I'm looking for. The words I'm looking for. He let her know at the gate, you don't remember me. You represented my wife in the divorce and everything. And I said, oh Lord. At the same time, I think Danny said the same thing. I said, yeah. So then Andy asked to speak to him out in the hall, and he's still going on and on about his wife. Talking about, you know how much money I had to pay? I said, you know. And Andy was like, I thought you wanted to talk about bail. He like, she ain't getting bail. And he brought up, he going for 30 years. I said, ain't this something? Ain't this something? But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought of this episode down below. Until next time, deuces.